despacito. This is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just wanna hear you screaming, ay bendito. Aquí voy forever cuando esté contigo.
Okay, we're now in Rostock. I think we just docked at Rostock, Germany. And later on, in about half an hour or an hour, we'll be meeting our Costco travel guide on the dock. And he's going to take us all the way to Berlin, which could be about a 2-hour drive or bus ride from Rostock, from what I understand. Okay, this is Germany.
Yeah, but so that you can also get some nice pictures.
Yeah, we're here in Berlin.
There is a very large event going on tomorrow.
I'm with a tour group.
It's a big bicycle race of sorts, and today they've got all these little...
This is our first stop in Berlin. Well, actually second stop, because when we met our guide, that was our first stop at the Olympic Stadium.
Site here in the city. And this is doing the Memorial to commemorate this guy right here.
€5 from my previous trip here to Europe, so I had to have that changed, and he gave me some €1 back, so I overpaid. It only cost 50 cents, but I paid €1 just to use the restroom.
People who live over here in this part of town, if they have to do some shopping, if they have to run some errands, they don't necessarily have to go down into Berlin City proper to do this, because their little district has its own little downtown area, a characteristic rather, that has just stuck with this with this part of pay a lot more than average.
There's a Woolworths in Berlin.
Gives you an idea as to where we are with prices here in Old Town. Although big old quotation marks on Old Town, because this little corner here off on the left was utterly destroyed during the Second World War, and it wasn't until the 1980s that the East German government, in their attempt to attract tourism here to East Berlin, went ahead and rebuilt this little quarter. So they rebuilt basically most of the church, the buildings here that you see. They also reconstructed those narrow cobblestone. I'll point that out a little bit later, but what you see here is where they would relax during their summer months. This was just one of several within the area. Now, also, much of what you're looking at here had to be rebuilt following World War II. As a result of Allied air raids, the dome that you see, the building restored in the East German government but in 1950, a socialist city does not need a royal palace. And so, unfortunately, they came out here, put dynamite all around the ruins, and did with those Allied bombs during World War II. What do you see how
This is the old historical area of Berlin, where the old royal family built this boulevard to show that Berlin is one of the best cities of the world. That is the monument, is a war monument of a mother holding her dead son. And it's very moving. It's just like the Pieta in the Vatican. I guess we can call it the German Pieta. There's a memorial dedicated to the murdered Jews. It's the Holocaust Memorial. I guess it's very moving. They all look like
tombs.
a cemetery. It looks like a cemetery, really. There's a guy.
Still very much power, still using the game on a regular basis. It was decided to go ahead and leave the gate standing.
That's my Mahal. And the Brandenburg Gate.
Brandenburg Gate. Well, because if you get your car and drive about 45 minutes to an hour from that, yeah,
And there's an American flag right over there. Near the Brandenburg Gate. Right there. Okay. You see all those bullet holes, the white patches? We're walking through the Brandenburg Gate. It's very historical. It's a symbol of Germany's reunification, according to the tour guide. And if I had read my history books, I probably would have known that. That's the wall, the Berlin Wall. It is Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin, the famous Checkpoint Charlie. Those aren't real soldiers, they're just actors, but you know, they look great in uniform though. And here's a picture of the Soviet Union soldier, because if you're going that way, you'll be greeted by him supposedly back in the old days. It's not supposedly, it was for real. So this is the Checkpoint Charlie area. Alright. Well, we just got back from our Berlin excursion. Here's the wife. We are all tired, but it was worth it. It was like
today's his birthday.
Oh yeah. And you know, we left at 7. No, we left at 8. And we just got back. It's about 8 o'clock again. 12-hour day. Wow. Okay, we're at this Manhattan restaurant, one of the complimentary restaurants here on board the ship. It's a fine dining type of restaurant, and we are still waiting for our server. It's been about 5 minutes already, but anyway, they're gonna give me a free cake because it's my birthday. Yeah, I wish I could turn around and show you the room, but there's a lot of folks that might not appreciate having their picture taken or video taken of them. So I'll be discreet later and do it. What am I going? Okay, let me tell you about my day. We went to Berlin, and we left at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we came back at 8 o'clock in the evening. So my wife was very hungry, and now we're here in Manhattan dining room here on the ship, one of the complimentary fine dining restaurants here on the ship, and we are going to enjoy our dinner and also celebrate my birthday. So I'll tell you more later, okay? Thank you. He is a professor, and here's a professional photographer right here, so say hi to her. See, I'm YouTubing, I'm vlogging. Hope you don't mind.
I know.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
thank you.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, I'm gonna keep this in
All right.
while
Gotcha.
waiting for your dessert.
Thank you. All right, this is the Manhattan fine dining room, and we ate over here. Last night we danced on that dance floor. We were the only ones at first, and then another couple joined us, and everybody else was eating. But we didn't care. We're not gonna see them again. We just wanted to dance, and the band was kind of jazzy, but they played some danceable music, and so we enjoyed ourselves. So here we are. Thank you.
Despacito, this is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just wanna hear you screaming, ay bendito.